Behind every great meal, there is a story. And behind every great recipe, there is a journey. Behind the recipe.
The story is Amy's grandfather had a grocery store in the 23rd area in Portland, Oregon, back in the 20s and 30s. And during the middle of the Depression, Amy's grandmother graduated from high school and needed a job. There weren't many jobs around, so she went to work in the grocery store. Now in those days, folks didn't have many cars. And if you did have a car, gasoline was hard to come by. It was very expensive. So people walked everywhere, and actually in the 23rd area in Portland, people still walk today. So everyone in the neighborhood was very close. When your grandmother got married, she invited many people that were patrons of the store. And two of the patrons were two spinster ladies who worked down the street. They had a lunch counter. A lunch counter is kind of like a soda fountain, but it's only open for lunch, and it specializes more in things like chicken pot pie. Well, they had lots of delicious dessert pies too. When it was time for Fran's wedding, they didn't have the money to buy a wedding present, but of course, they were very fond of Fran, so on beautiful paper, they wrote a recipe for one of their best pies. Well, gee, I came into the family 35 years later, and that was in the mid-60s, and angel food pie was the pie that Fran would make at family dinners and Sunday dinner, and it was always the pie people requested for their birthdays, actually.
Yeah, and now I make it. My dad comes over for every Father's Day, and I always make it for him. It's his very favorite thing. Well, my mom taught me to cook, starting when I was like 2.5, 3, we were cooking together. So we've always passed family recipes to each other, and this was definitely the top one on the list. My mom even made a cookbook for me when I went to college so that I'd have all the family recipes and be ready to make them at any moment.
You know, it's fun because you can get very serious about food, or you can be very casual about food. You welcome people into your homes with the food that you prepare. And there's a sense, too, of artistic satisfaction when you really put yourself into something that your family enjoys.
And it's a memory thing, too. I mean, when we have this pie or something else that's been traditional for us, it brings back all of those memories of the Thanksgivings and Christmases and other things that we've had this special recipe for.